Wednesday, the 29th of January 2025. The US market has just opened. So sadly, the trades that I left to run did find the stop losses, but at least I took half off of both at the highs here. A bit unlucky, but what can we do? So ultimately, they were basically pretty much break-even trades. I made a conscious decision to let them run and hope to hit TP directly. So sometimes this will happen, but you can see here the taking half of both and then them hitting stop loss. But yeah, that's fine. You'll sometimes get lucky and other times you'll get unlucky, and it evens out over time. I've also entered long again in the UK 100 here. As you recall, I did have 2 successful long positions that hit TP, and now I went long again. The reason being that as every other index sold into this open and into the end of London session, the UK index remained quite strong. So I felt like out of this small consolidation here, we can have another leg up similar to the one we had here. So from here to here. And so I'm hoping that we can pretty much move similarly here. And I could probably go higher and just above this wick, but I'm gonna be sensible and just target this area here. I think this is previous resistance, and I'd be very happy if we hit that, so then I'll let that run and see how we do. I don't have other entries prepared for this index, so I can just let this run. In the Dow, I will be looking at the second 5-minute bar as per usual, and then first 15-minute bar in the Nasdaq, and second 15-minute bars in gold and in the DAX. So I'll bring you back for the completion of the second 5-minute candle in the Dow. And we just shot up here strongly in the Dow. So had I not been stopped out here, we would hit TP, but yeah, it's not like we were just stopped out, so we did make a lower low here on the 15-minute. Let's just switch on the 15-minute chart, so can't be too upset about it. Maybe I could have just closed one of them fully here and let the other one run, but it would pretty much be the same conclusion. I didn't really want to move stop loss to break even, because a lot of the times it will revisit that area before continuing the rally, so that's fine. Gonna wait for the second 5-minute bar to complete here. Just started creating the second 5-minute bar, so a bit of patience is required here, and I'll bring you back. Buying the Dow here a bit early. Reason being, I do think this strong move up is going to be respected, and buyers are going to step in here at around the 38% retracement of this move. And as a stop, I'm just going right below it and risking just $24 here and targeting the highs here. Actually, we can go just a bit lower. So targeting $81 and risking only 24. Great on R&R. Let's hope we get lucky here. I do feel like this is a bit speculative, but it's based on price action and on my knowledge and research of this index and how it behaves when it opens like this recently. So let's see, we have enough volatility here that I think we can quite quickly hit this target if we're lucky. But of course we can also be unlucky and just dump to, because this is a very tight stop loss for sure. And Nasdaq is going below previous day high. Closing back in London range is quite strong now if that happens. Let's see, this bar is 480, so like 80 points. We'll wait for its completion, of course. And I'm also still looking at the second 5-minute bar. I might add if we break it to the upside. Let's see, I'll bring you back. I've decided to close my Dow long here at pretty much this double top. It could go higher like I anticipated, but I think I should treat it as a scalp. And now looking at the second bar, we do need lower sizing here. So buy above, sell below. So this was like 80 points. It's pretty nice. And I think we exited at the right time. Now even if we go back and get filled here, I'm filled on half of that size. Which is more appropriate for the strategy here. So that was just intended as a scalp of sorts. So I will use a bit higher sizing there, just when I notice a favorable price action. It's quite the reversal here. This doesn't mean that we can't go back up here. We haven't even reached the end of this wick. So there's definite demand here that we can conclude. Now if we break through this, I'm completely fine with being short. Because it does mean that the sellers are likely more strong. And once again, the first 15-minute bar in the Nasdaq gets kind of big. 480. So we're a bit over 100 points. This requires a lower sizing if I were to follow through with the strategy. And I will, because normally you just have to take almost every trigger mechanically if that's your strategy and your research is showing that you should take that entry. Obviously, if the bar becomes too big and I have to lower the sizing because I don't want to risk more than 0.5% per trade, then in some circumstances I will pass on it for those reasons. But I don't think today is appropriate. I think if we get to like 150 points, then I'm starting to be reluctant, but right now it's still fine. So waiting for the bar to complete and I'll bring you back. We almost got filled short here in the Dow. This is why using the cushion is so important. Cushion of 5-6 points. Obviously sometimes you still get filled and the market immediately reverses. You're still going to get unlucky sometimes, but you're also going to get lucky sometimes, like here. So as usual, it does even out in time. The UK 100 keeps marching forward, which is nice. And the first 15-minute bar has completed. As you can see, I've placed the orders, sell below, buy above. Very small sizing, but it's because the bar is 100 points big. And with the cushion, we're going towards 115 points difference. So I don't want to risk more than 0.5% per trade, as I keep saying. And we'll now wait for the formation of the second 15-minute bars in gold and in the DAX. And I actually did miss an entry here. I had wrote down to enter long off this bar right here, but then forgot about it. So that's on me. I should already be long here, because I would have gotten filled long here, and I wouldn't have gotten stopped out here, because my stop would be around here, half a point cushion. So I would be long off of this specific candle, which is also part of my research. So this is 45 minutes before the US opens. And if the first trigger is long, recently it has worked well. But let's see, we might get lucky here by not having entered. Still, I'm going to wait for the completion of the second 15-minute bars, and also wait for a fill in the Dow here, whichever way. We're getting actually quite close to TP and in the UK 100 here. Need like 6-7 more points. And I'll pause you here and bring you back. And I just realized I forgot to show you the live P&L. I do have a Bitcoin position open, which is a swing trade that I placed last night actually. Hasn't been going well, but I'm letting it play out. It's more of an ambitious swing trade, but it's based on a strategy I'm researching, and I just wanted to actually take it because the setup looked quite good. Now, even if it hasn't worked out that well, I'm still gonna keep this in place. Even if this is risking triple of what I usually risk per trade, but it is a swing trade, and it's not something that I place often. So I can allow myself to do this when I'm very confident in the setup and when I want to leave it open for several days. But coming back to the live trading here, I might just close this manually. I think we have gone quite a bit today, and we're just above the previous high, and I'm a bit weary of a possible fake breakout setup here. I'll give it a few more minutes, but might be a manual close here. I'll pause you and bring you back. And yeah, I've decided to close this one a bit early, specifically because I do sense that a possible fake breakout formation could delay TP here. I still think we're gonna go higher, but yeah, I'm happy with going out there for a 1-to-1, especially since this wasn't a planned entry. I'm much more likely to let the planned entries run to TP. Still no fill in either the Dow or Nasdaq. We'll just be patient as we wait for the second 15-minute bars to form. And now I'll pause you for longer until we get to the point where it's time to place the orders. We have gotten filled short in the Dow, placing the stop above the entry and the TP to London lows. Pretty much a 1-to-1 again. I'm happy with this. I don't think I can hope for much more though. We are a bit counter trend here, and I'm not particularly optimistic that this can dump completely basically, but let's see. The initial reaction isn't what you want to see. And it's once again one of those trades where you just get filled in and then price goes against it. So we did escape it first time around, but not second time around. Unfortunate if that's the case, but let's see. This is what happened yesterday. Three minutes until we complete the second 15-minute bars. Second 15-minute bars are completed. I placed my orders in both the DAX and gold. Let's see it just a bit better here. So long above, short below. I'll respect whatever gets filled here. We would have hit the TP and the UK index, but yeah, I'm fine with the decision as I explained. Very close to getting filled long here, and I do think that this Dow trade isn't going to work out. Just unlucky to go a bit below here, to be honest, but not much we can do. And we did get filled in the DAX. Risking $40 here. And we are at all-time highs, so as a target I will turn towards my spreadsheet. And target somewhere around, say, 50 points. So targeting $63, risking 40. And we got filled short in gold. Risking 15 gold. So considering we did get filled short here, and looking at the structure now, and considering FOMC is later, perhaps we could see a retracement into FOMC. But I'm not gonna go too crazy here. I'm just gonna focus on a 1-to-1, target the low of this wick here. And basically targeting $50 and risking $50. Okay, DAX is looking nicely so far. The others not so much, but let's see. And still no fill in the Nasdaq. But as I always say, we gotta stay patient, so I'll pause you and bring you back. And we have gotten stopped out in the Dow. A few unfortunate days in a row in the Dow here on this trade. I'm glad I took the one before this. But yeah, a bit unfortunate with the long position earlier as well. And then this just getting clipped before reversing, just like yesterday. Not much we can do. Just keep executing the plan. DAX is looking pretty nice. The Bitcoin trade isn't, but again, I'm letting this run for some days, so I don't care. And if it gets stopped out, it gets stopped out. It's on a very ambitious strategy, so I might talk about it at some point, but I'm not ready to get into it right now. So just focusing on the mechanical trades I have here, looking towards a TP in the DAX. And it's looking like we're doing a reversal in the Nasdaq as well, but let's see, we are now attempting to recapture previous day high. Yeah, I'll pause you and we'll see what happens. I am also generally interested in the third 15-minute bar in the Dow, but let's see, if it goes to previous day high and starts retracing, I might just stay out of it. We'll see, I'll keep an eye on it. As you can see here, the UK index has done what I anticipated it would do. This is why I exited here. It did go a bit above, so I would have hit TP, but it's now setting up a fake breakout. Of course, this can also be a trap. But I was expecting this above previous day high, so that's why I wanted to exit earlier. So happy with that execution. I'm looking at this trend line for the Dow to maybe go long off it if we test it again and it holds. I would prefer it than to go long above here. So let's see, maybe we get another chance here. Somewhere around here. So we just got filled in the Nasdaq short here. It attempted to recover previous day high and then continued selling. So actually this looks quite strong to me here. I'm not going to go all the way down, but I will go to the lower side of this ranging here. Let's see if we can touch that. So it's basically 100 points. That is doable in the Nasdaq. Based on my research, let me just double check here. Yes, it is definitely doable. Perhaps a bit ambitious, but doable. That being said, I will remove that buy order there. The Dow doesn't look as weak, but I don't want to take them against each other at this point. And gold just hit TPA and I didn't even notice it. So that was a nice dump all of a sudden. Made a lower low. So that was nice. So initially it looked quite weak. It retraced a bit because we entered here and then it retraced almost all the way up. and then just dumped and hit DP. That's nice. And this shows us that the target was well placed. Interesting that the DAX does not seem as affected by this sell as, or it does not look as weak as the SPX and the NASDAQ. I would normally add to the DAX here, but with FOMC later, I think I'll just be a bit more nimble now and just let this in place. The Bitcoin trade is still not in profit, but again, it's not that big of a deal. If we look at a bit of a broader picture here, we've been ranging in this area here. And essentially just looking at what happened after this high here. My research is showing that because we made a lower low here, we're going to follow through and sell a bit more. This is definitely speculative, but I'll let it play out as well. Would be unfortunate if we get another trade where we just get filled in and then it fully reverses, but if it happens, it happens. It did attempt, like I said, to recapture previous day high and didn't, so that in itself generally is quite a strong indicator that we are going lower. So I'll let this play out, of course. And I'm not going to buy at the trend line here. Just let this play out, and then I also have the 6th 15-minute bar in the SPX for today, but I will consider it when we get there. If we keep ranging here in the SPX, I'm probably not going to take it because I think there will be a big chance of raiding one extremity and then going in the opposite direction. So let's see, the Dow is looking a bit weaker now as well, going below this trend line. Let's see if it sticks. Yeah, I'll pause you and we'll see what happens. A final update here. I've let things simmer for like an hour or so. So we've kind of started ranging here pre-FOMC. And I'm considering if I should probably close this or not. But I think I'll just let both run their course, or whatever happens, happens. I think we can get either lucky or unlucky. But it's still a valid execution of my plan, so I should let it play out and not close it early here. Look what happened to the UK 100 after we closed. So that was nice. Yeah, I'll let things play out and we'll see what happens at FOMC. I'll update you in the video for tomorrow's morning session. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this type of videos, please consider liking the video and subscribing. I am trying to post videos daily, and I'm showing you all of my execution, my thought process, discussing my strategies in depth, trying to pass an FTMO challenge with just, or mostly just, mechanical entries, to show you that it can be done, and all you need is patience, research, and a good understanding of your strategies, and understanding that they play out over a period of time, so you can be more confident and not let a few bad days or even bad weeks affect your mental side. So with that being said, this isn't financial advice, of course. These are just my thoughts and my journaling. So if you do enjoy this type of content, subscribe and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.